Hi everyone. On today's Power Up, Mark Klein from Reach Media will be joining us to explain the benefits of the RecDesk integration with his digital signage software and how it can better help you manage your display needs. Enjoy. Let's get it started because I know everybody's probably pretty busy. I don't want to keep everybody on too long, so let's kind of kick it off. And Tom, if you wouldn't mind giving Mark access as the host again, that'd be great. So yeah, let's kind of jump in. So everybody who's on the call so far, good morning and thanks for joining the afternoon webinar. My name is Justin Waz. For anybody who doesn't know me, I'm the Strategic Partnerships Manager over here at RecDesk, and I am excited to introduce Mark Klein of Reach Media. So Mark, how are things going, man?
Outstanding. Hello, all. Good to be here.
Awesome. Yeah. So what I was kind of hoping to do is similar to what we did this morning, maybe do a little run through of all my customers who are on this call, kind of give them a little background on you, your company, how the integration works between RecDesk, and just, what the benefits are of using your platform.
Excellent. I'm happy to do it. I'll walk you through, take a minute and a half, and you guys, then I can dive deeper later, but I'll give you a sneak peek at the back end. Again, it's web-based. So Reach is a cloud-based content management system. What you're seeing here is a real-world example. One of our shared customers, and they're displaying what's happening. And this is key. We're displaying this auto-populating that RecDesk data or schedule info. And what we do with all of our shared mutual customers is tailor that. So we're going to pull and display exactly what it is that you want to display. And there are not just 1,001 options on how that looks. This is just one example. There are tons of other, I'll say, examples. We're going to get it looking exactly the way you want. Maybe you want rink info and an announcement zone over here. Your logo, your colors, everything we do is customized. So we're going to get it looking exactly how you want. Maybe it's big, bold, maybe it's all schedule. It really is up to you. And this is, again, just an example of the back end, a sneak peek of the back end. So you can log in and say, hey, I see what's running. It's super simple to see what's running wherever you can get to the internet. Again, it's web-based. So you'll see, yep, I see all my players online. 30 seconds or less, I'm going to just give you a little teaser and we can dive deeper on this, but it all comes down to a super simple format whereby you manage, that is not just the integration piece, your schedule info, but you can put your own announcements up there too. It's as simple as uploading announcements, ads, whatever, videos, you name it, just drag and drop, and it kind of stores them all in the cloud. Too, by the way, you can create announcements with their back end. You have a pretty slick, it's PowerPoint-like, just to make your life easier. If you don't, PowerPoint's not your thing, or Illustrator's not your thing, pretty good templates, announcement templates, just to make your life easier. Special thanks, big announcement for a tournament, whatever it may be, or you name it. So a good place to kind of start and build some announcements. But we also have a playlist functionality that makes it easy for you to get in, not just create announcements and upload your announcements alongside your schedule info, but it all is a super simple, easy to use playlist kind of functionality. Maybe these are buckets, if you will. And again, I'm showing you a real glimpse or sneak peek at the back end. This is where you put them in a bucket. Maybe here are all my skating programs. Here are all my youth hockey announcements. Here are all my revenue generating announcements, or whatever it may be. You'll have buckets, and then you have a playlist that you run it in, and it's a loop. So here's what's running at a given time. Again, we can do unlimited training, unlimited support, unlimited number of users. We'll walk you through. It's super simple to do this, but at a glance, or in 2 minutes or less, that's kind of how it all works. Does that kind of make sense, Justin?
Yeah, Mark, that looks fantastic. It's nice and clean. I can definitely see where some of our customers could utilize this functionality. That being said, I do have a couple questions myself. And for anybody who's in attendance right now, I'm keeping an eye on the chat window. So if anybody has a custom question and they want me to ask Mark, feel free to drop it in there and I'll get to as many of them as I can. But the first one that I have for you comes up pretty regularly whenever I'm demoing my software for somebody and I bring up Reach Media, which is, let's say they go and they move forward with RecDesk, or they moved forward with RecDesk and they're interested in your services. How long does it typically take to get somebody up and running, working with RecDesk so that they can start utilizing this functionality?
Yeah, I'm going to say a week to two. Having said that, we've turned around in 2 days. So there are a number of moving pieces to make that happen. Of course, there's the player piece. For each digital display, there's a small computer that we'll send out to you. It's not our player. And by the way, we could run on your existing players. We're player agnostic. But so we got to work through that piece. One. The second, if it's you're charting out the critical path, the second piece is to get it looking the way you want it to look. So here's another example of a layout, maybe a big announcement zone. So our creative team will work with you, get your logo, your colors, get that piece together. So those are kind of happening, I'll say, simultaneously. At the same time, we start to train your team. Again, it's unlimited number of users, so we get anyone and everyone up to speed who will be uploading content to your system. So all of those are overlapping and added up with the back and forth. A week to two is a fair timeline to get you up and running.
Yeah, and that's actually a good segue, Mark. So when it comes to your service, I always get a lot of different questions about how service works. Is it virtual? Do you go to people's sites for any of this stuff, since there is a hardware component? Can you give us maybe a little bit more of a background on how the whole implementation process works?
Yeah, it's all virtual. All the communication is done, via email and via webinars. So the screen sharing, exactly like we're doing right now, that's how we'll back and forth get your layout together. That's how we'll train you. And again, it's unlimited support, unlimited training. So, and by the way, there may be a team we train initially, others come on board later. That's all part of it. So it's a simple setup. We have a support team that, and you'll have an assigned account manager too, but 24/7 support by telephone, email. We also have a support ticketing system, but we also offer the flexibility to train one user or group of users at any time during the partnership. So during the duration, like I said, unlimited support, unlimited training, and virtual seems to do the trick these days. We've been doing that even pre-pandemic.
Yeah, awesome. And then one other question I've got for you is, I know I asked you this one this morning. So typically we service a lot of the Parks and Rec market. We've got a small percentage of our customer base which isn't Parks and Rec related, but I know that you kind of push off into other markets as well. Would you mind sharing with us just some of the other places where we could possibly utilize your stuff?
Yeah, for sure. But by the way, we started out in rinks and rec centers. I started out in 3 rinks right here in Minnesota, and then quickly grew that. Gosh, we weren't at the 50 mark, and all of a sudden we started adding in some college partners, because the basics are all still the same. Remember, it's a web-based content management system, so that's easy to use. So of course that makes sense for colleges and universities who have a digital signage network. It also makes sense for corporate communications. Here's an example of how you kind of break up the reach pie. We have a lot of fitness and rec centers. This is where we started, including ice rinks, municipalities, but now we're into healthcare and hospitals and churches, and big chunk is corporate communications, of course, and a lot of colleges. So you name it, whoever has a digital signage network, we can help them out.
Yeah, and this looks great. I'm really impressed how many different industries you guys are in, and yeah, definitely a lot of room here for different departments inside of cities and towns and things like that. So a lot of places for utilization. So I'll tell you what, Mark, that was kind of it. As promised, I wanted to keep it short and sweet for everybody, just get them a little flavor for what you do. That being said, if somebody does want to reach out to you sooner rather than later, I am going to be getting this information out to everybody via an email with some different web links. We're going to put these webinars up on YouTube for everybody to review. What's a good way for everybody to get a hold of you directly if that's something that they want to do?
Super simple. Just you can call me, you can email me. You just pass along my my contact info. Here it is. again, you'll share that too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Super responsive. I'll get right back to you. And
definitely.
I'm happy to. But by the way, Justin, I'm happy to do a demo very similar to what we're doing right here, tailored to, and I'll be happy to answer your specific needs and questions that you might have.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And if anybody wants to reach out to me directly or Mark, I can always be a good conduit to get Mark that information. But yeah, like I said, for anybody who joined the call late, I will probably have this up on our YouTube channel in the next couple of days. I'm going to include anybody who signed up for to be on these webinars today. I'm going to include a link. Actually, let me check here. I do have a question in the chat window here. Okay, I do have a question for you, Mark, regarding fees. What types of fees are involved with your solution?
It's super simple. It's a per player license. Let's say it starts at $30 a month for a single digital display, and then that rate drops as you add other. A lot of partners will have 2 or 3. Some have 5 or 10, and then that annual license per player again drops as you add more.
Great. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm gonna kind of wrap it up. But anybody who doesn't receive a email, which I'm gonna shoot over an email to everybody who signed up to attend the webinars today with a direct link to the YouTube channel, and then I'm gonna be putting out a larger one, so you'll always be able to find us. And again, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out to myself or Mark directly. And again, Mark, hey man, always a pleasure. I appreciate your time today, and it's always great to hear new stuff.
I appreciate the invitation. Happy to help. Talk to you again.
Yeah, man. Have a good week.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks for checking out our video today. And to stay informed on all new updates and partnerships, stop by our YouTube channel and click the subscribe button to be notified when we put up new videos. See you soon.